All right, April the 17th, 2021. It's a beautiful 52 degrees. Spring is really here. And to mark that, I got new bees today. For the last 2 winters, I successfully overwintered bees, which I was stoked about. This last winter, just a few weeks ago, I found all of my bees dead. I don't know that I'm going to do bees again after this year if these ones die, because these 2 4-pound boxes were $463. Oh, I don't get $400 worth of honey out of it. There are other reasons to have bees, obviously, for pollination. Perhaps when the farm is really up and running, I'll consider that part of the price. But I'm hoping to do something different this year, and I got some ideas, and Bobby and I are going to build a room in my shop that's completely dark with a red LED light and some ventilation. We're going to do all that later. For now, we're going to get these bees out of their box and into their new home. These bees just came from California. Unlike me, they tragically lived in California for a while. Welcome to freedom, ladies. Just like me, they're going to live and die the rest of their life in a good state instead of a shithole state. I am not an expert beekeeper at all, okay? I'm less than beginning. Do not take this video as watching about, wow, there's somebody that really knows what he's doing. That would be a mistake. Because I'm learning as I go, and this is going to probably be a little awkward today. What I'm going to do is get them out, and I got these new tools here. These bee funnels, never used them before. I just put this one on this morning, and this one I'm going to put it on. I'm going to show you how I think it's going to make unpackaging the bees way easier than the traditional method, which is, of course, taking this off and shaking them and causing them all sorts of trauma and dropping the thing full of dead bees. This lets the bees move at their own pace. I saw a few comments and criticisms online about them, that they thought that maybe it would act as a rain funnel, which I think is absurd for a couple reasons. First of all, I'm acutely aware of the weather being in Alaska, and we have about 10 days of beautiful dry weather coming, and which is part of the reason I'm doing it today. But also, I'm not going to leave it here for months. This is going to be hopefully off in a couple hours. And of course, I've got a screen bottom on here, so even if this had some water come into it, I don't see how that's going to hurt my bees. So I think that's an absurd criticism. Other people criticize that the bees couldn't get out. If you look carefully on each side here, there is a small hole. But again, as soon as the bees are in there and they get to their hive, to get to their queen, I'm going to be taking this off. It's not like it's going to be here for months. I gotta tell you, I was really impressed with the customer service from this company. I saw this online. I tried to order it. They wouldn't ship it to Alaska because they wouldn't ship live bees to Alaska, and given that this is just a couple pieces of plastic. I got a hold of the guy on his cell phone. He immediately fixed it. They put it in priority mail. They got it to me today because my bees arrived all the way from, I think, Georgia. I was really impressed with that. So that's my little plug for this. We'll see how well it works. Because I've never done it before, but in terms of customer service, Be Kind, I think it's Be Kind. What is it? What's the name of the company? Anyways, Bee Funnel.
Beefunnel.com.
They were really good. Okay, so let me show you how I think this thing goes on here. That's pretty straightforward, I think. You just stick it in here like this, and then you fold it up like this, and then you take this Velcro, and I'm gonna take these gloves off for just a second. This job might be easier. I am suited up. I probably don't need to be, but last time I got stung, it wasn't pretty, so I don't need to spend 3 days in bed after taking Benadryl. Bite around the side here. Try to push past my blueberries. My frozen blueberries. Look at this blueberry dirt is completely frozen solid. I hope these things come back. Anyways, so I'm gonna take this. No, a little bit of struggle here. The other one went on easier, I think, when I wasn't being filmed. Okay, so we got kids in the background yelling about something. So okay, so that goes on there like this, and then this goes on here like this, like this, like this, like this, and that should go on there like that. I think. Okay, that makes you feel. I gotta be careful. As you can see, I'm on the top of a shipping container here, and the reason that we decided to do that is because of all the logging, construction, and building that we're going to be doing this summer. I really racked my brain as to where I could put these ladies to be safe, and this is the best thing I could think of. So we're up here to do this. Okay, so if you take a look here, I think that this bee funnel is now ready to go. And it is a little bit high, but when I put the weight of the box on it, I think that'll keep it in place. So what I do, and you know, again, I'm less than a beginner. I've made more mistakes beekeeping than you can imagine, and I struggle with this. I enjoy doing it, but I don't pretend to know anything. I gotta get the queen out now, and that means getting this can out. So before I get the queen out, I think what I'm gonna do is set up how I'm gonna feed them. The only benefit to California is that at this time of year, obviously it's green and lush and there's a million flowers and there's things going on there. Here, these ladies have nothing to eat unless they like snow. And trust me, at this time of year, I'm cranky because of the snow. I'm sure they're not gonna be happy. So what we're gonna do, what I do, is I'm gonna just take one of these feeding frames here, which you gotta remember to remove. I did not do that the first year. I did this and I came back and they had already filled this with hive and it was a giant mess and I had to scrape it in there and they ruined all kinds of work for them. So don't make my mistakes. I got a Ziploc bag here that's about 50% white sugar and 50% water. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this razor blade and I'm just gonna put a couple, about inch and a half long slits in this. Not all the way through, you don't wanna go crazy here, letting the air out. What you wanna do is just, I wanna make sure that the bees have access to some sugar water. So that also let the air out, and I think that worked pretty good. Now, the reason I do this, it's cheap, it's effective, and when I'm up on a shipping container, I can come up here with a fresh bag, I can take the old one out, drop the new one in. I'm not gonna put in the traditional entrance feeders, which I also have because it is still gonna freeze. It's almost May and we're still gonna freeze because, you know, that's just the way that it is. Yeah, kind of annoying, but that's life in Alaska. As I said, it's a great place. It's just, I can't wait for the snow to go. So same thing here. We're going to take a bag here. We're gonna take my razor blade. We're gonna pop this bad boy up here. Oh, it's leaking a little bit. I think if it leaks a little bit down there, it's not the end of the world, but clearly I don't want a gallon of goop to go down onto my ladies here. So just a quick little slit, quick little slit, quick little slit, quick little slit. So I think that'll do the job. So I'm gonna put the inner cover back on. I'm gonna put, and the idea behind this bee funnel, of course, is I don't have to do all the nonsense. Although, I shouldn't have put that back on, you know why? Because I still have to get the queen inside, don't I? Mm-hmm. I do. So we'll put that there. Let me take that back off. I'm getting ahead of myself here. You know, it's funny, I only do bees once a year or so. And in the last 2 years, I haven't had to do them because I actually managed to overwinter them. And I've kind of forgotten what I'm doing here a little bit. So you'll have to forgive me. But again, this is just raw. This is the way an amateur does it. And that's about what this is about my life, not about necessarily trying to teach anyone how to do anything here. So now comes the hard part of the job. At least I always find this a little bit awkward. I always try to move the queen over as far as I can here because she's in this cage here, and what we need to do is get her out. There's a bee right there on the outside. I don't know where that thing came from. This is really, there it is. We got to get her out. But we also don't want all the other bees out right now. That would be a disaster. So what we're gonna do, what I'm gonna do, is I'm going to get my handy dandy hive tool here, and I'm gonna try to pry this can out, like this. If anyone has a better way of doing this, boy, oh boy, I'd sure like to know what that is, because to me, I always struggle with this. Just trying to get this out, because if you pull up on one side, it wants to go down on the other side. Of course, it's going to be completely covered with bees when it comes out. All right, wait, this is good news. Okay, come on, baby. Well, it's stuck. It's completely stuck. good Lord. Okay, I gotta be quick here. Because what we're gonna wanna do, I know that the bees that fly off will come back to the queen, at least in theory. But, okay. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna stuff that back in there. I may kill a bee or two. It's just the way that things are gonna have to be. Sorry for them. Let's see how they did this. Sometimes they use a cork, sometimes they use candy, and on this one they use the cork. So that's gonna be a bit of an issue. What I'm gonna do is take this razor blade. You know what I did not bring up like an idiot? My bee brush. I did not bring up my bee brush. I should have. I'm trying to get these bees off of here. I don't want to hurt them, but they gotta go. So, okay, there's the queen. Good news, she's alive. Nothing would be more devastating right now than finding a dead bee or a dead queen. I'm gonna take a marshmallow here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carve this out. The key is with the queen is you got to do it when she's on the right end, because obviously you don't want her to come out. If she escapes right now, we're done. I mean, I'm done. This is done. So what we're gonna do is poke that. She's at my end right now. I know this might be hard to see from back there. Bob's standing a little bit back because I don't want him to get stung, but she paces back and forth like the prisoner that she is. But I need to get this out there. Okay, I got the cork plug out there, so she can still crawl around in there. This is good. This is okay. But what I got to do without letting her go is I'm going to drop that. I'm going to take this marshmallow here and just stuff it in there just like that a little bit. See, just like this. You see what I did there? I just kind of smushed it in there just enough to keep the queen from immediately getting out, but it's enough that the bees can then eat the marshmallow and help her to escape. So now we're gonna hang the queen. So to hang the queen, I think the best way to do it, honestly, is I'm gonna remove a frame here. Again, if you got better ways to do all this, do that. Do not do what I'm doing, because I am learning as I go. So we got the queen, she's in here. I'm gonna take the clip here, and I'm just gonna hang her on this frame like so. She's now in between two frames, okay? So, queen is in, she's got a marshmallow plug. We got the sugar water in on the feeder frame. I'm gonna stick the inner cover back on, and we're gonna stick this on. This is where the real interesting test is gonna come of this hopefully killer new product. Instead of going crazy with the shaking and the nonsense, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna remove the can. I'm gonna keep my hand over it for now. I'm simply gonna take the box and we're gonna go like so with the box. Hey, look how that fits in there. Now, in theory, Bob looks really uncomfortable. In theory, this is gonna drain down in here, and it's gonna work really well. I'm gonna do the second one, but I may not film that. I'm gonna leave it up to Bob how he feels about it. He can take a step back if he wants, or we can call it here and I'll check on it later. What do you think, Bob?
Let's keep going.
Okay, we'll take a step back then.
I'm already up here.
Okay.
Surrounded by bees, why not?
Yeah, he looks a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. There's a lot of bees flying around, and I totally understand that. So we're gonna learn as we go here. Let's not make the same mistake twice, right? I'm gonna take a frame out now, so that I'm not struggling with that at the end like an idiot, right? It's okay to make mistakes, but if you make them more than once, then you're just not thinking things through. So I've got my space now for my queen. I'm gonna put the feeding frame on there. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can to make this as easy as possible. So we're going to, you guys need to go get off of me, go find your queen. We're gonna do the exact same thing here. I'm going to flip this up. I'm gonna try to get the queen as close to the entrance as I can here. You guys are in the wrong spot here, dudes. You guys are, you don't want me. Go find your queen bee. Okay, so again, struggle, struggle, struggle. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but it is what it is. A lot of what you're gonna see on this channel, by the way, is me trying new things and experimenting with things. I haven't done 80% of the stuff that we're gonna do on this channel, but I'm gonna be dead one day, and I don't wanna go to my deathbed saying I wish I had just tried something. If I fail, I fail. I mean, it can't be the end of the world. It's not like I need this honey to survive. A lot of the shows about Alaska drive me bonkers because they make it seem like if they don't get that honey or don't get that cabbage, they're gonna starve. There's a Fred Meyer 10 minutes from here. You're crying. So anyways, I try not to be fake. You know what I'm saying? People may not like me, but they'll never be able to say I'm fake. Okay, great success here. We're gonna take this out. Boy, the bees have got that already sticky, sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky. Good Lord, bees. They have really got a bunch of goop on that already. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here. I'm just gonna stick that back for now. I may kill a couple bees. I'm very sorry about that. I can't do anything about that. So, let's see. Do we have a live queen? Hey! We got a live queen. You okay there, Bob?
Mm-hmm.
Bob does not look happy. We're gonna do the exact same thing here. We're gonna take this, we're gonna watch for the pacing. She's pacing, she's pacing. I should probably properly pull this cork out. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I can't. So I'm just gonna push it in. She can still get past it. So there's my queen bee. She's pacing, she's pacing. When she goes to the other end, and she's not for some reason, come on, go back. See, I don't want to lose her. I'm gonna get these two off of here. I want her to go to the other end. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, let me get out of Bob's face here. So we got mushrooms. I was thinking about yesterday. We got marshmallows here. There's just a clip on this thing. We're gonna clip it into place. I'm gonna move the frame against it so it can't fall. We don't want that to happen. The queen is now secure. It's been fed. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna take the exact same thing, see if this works as well as it did last time. Woo, hello bees! And up onto the funnel. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I'm impressed with this product. That is 1,000 trillion times easier than the shaking and the craziness. And we're done. Now, one thing we didn't think through there, Bobby. You're on that side of the bees, buddy, and he doesn't have a bee suit or anything on. So, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave these cans here, and hopefully they make their way in, and that's how you do it.